What's going on, guys? It's your boy Robee Gaming coming back at you with another YouTube video. And as you can see, I'm trading Zach Miller right now for Brashad Perriman in a fourth, and I'm just adding in a couple other things because me and the other commissioners think this Zach Miller for Brashad Perriman in a fourth was good straight up, so they wouldn't accept it normally, so I added those two. And then there's Brashad Perriman. I just thought I'd give you guys a sneak peek of them, but let's jump into this game against the Minnesota Vikings.
Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. The Bears hope by the end of today's game they'll have secured win number 1 on the season. It's the Vikings going up against the Bears. With that, we'll send it over to Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis. They've got the call in this Week 5 matchup.
What's up, guys? And like I have said before, the best part of a football game is when the Chicago Bears are running out onto the football field, and basically we're just looking for our first win, and hopefully not tying, because I don't want to have 2 ties on our record. But Mitch Trubisky's really got to start stepping it up. He has not done. He hasn't had his finest first few games of his career. Neither's Jordan Howard. But Cairo Santos, I'm not liking him right now personally. But Case Keenum's starting out on the field. He's 66% completion percentage, 991 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 5 picks on the year. You know how this Bears defense has been, and they have forced many turnovers, and I am very excited to try and force even more turnovers. It's the best part of football, forcing turnovers, getting fumbles, and getting interceptions. But Case Keenum starts off the game with a quick pass to Zach Rudolph. And Case Keenum's under center right now, 3rd and 7. Drops back to throw and dumps it off to Stephon Diggs. And Stephon Diggs jukes a person out of their shoes. And it's a forced fumble by Adrian Amos. This team has just decided if we need to make a play, we just got to do anything in our power. We got to be able to take risks and attempt to get these turnovers and a surplus way, and our offense hasn't been taking advantage like most offenses would, but this is starting to remind me of like the 83 Bears and 84 Bears when their defense was still great, but their offense was just lagging behind. After that huge forced fumble from Adrian Amos, Trubisky trots out onto the field. He's under center right now, and he hands it off to Jordan Howard. And Jordan Howard has a bit of a lane, tries to lower his shoulder, but you're not going to run over Harrison Smith. And that is an 8-yard gain for Jordan Howard. After nothing was going on the second play, we try to run it with Jordan Howard here, but he gets nothing, which forces a very familiar Bears punt. Case Keenum drops back and fires a quick pass to Adam Thielen, who, on just a normal play, it looks like he landed on his arm wrong, and he was down on the ground in pain. So we'll find out the rest of his injury a little later. And we had someone in that zone, but he went for the flat instead, and they get the first down, a big first down. And Case Keenum dropping back, has no one open. We need to get pressure there, and if you're going to give someone that much time, a receiver is bound to get open. You cannot make your corners and linebackers cover for that long. But Case Keenum, I fell for the fake there, and he floats it up, and somehow Adrian Amos does not come down with that. It doesn't look like he even attempts to, but answers the call right back. And after not getting the interception, Adrian Amos comes out of nowhere and rips the ball out of Latavius Murray's hands, and that is the second forced fumble for Adrian Amos. He has come to play today. The past couple weeks he has shown his worth leading the team in tackles last week with 8, I believe, and in the week before, I believe he led us in tackles with 9. But on the next possession, on the 2nd and 10, Jordan Howard slips out on a screen, and he gets it and gets about 14 yards. Trubisky throws it quick to Cameron Meredith for about 7 yards. And that is the end of the first quarter. No score here in Chicago, but 2 forced fumbles from Adrian Amos to give the defense of Chicago an early advantage.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Welcome back, guys. And it's just our defense, like usual, forcing turnovers, doing their job, but the offense really hasn't had it. Their playmakers really just haven't had much going. But after Brashad Perriman's first reception as a Chicago Bear, he gets hurt. He does end up returning later in the game, as you will see later, and Jordan Howard just runs right back into Harrison Smith. Harrison Smith's a brick wall. You're not gonna really do much to him. But Trubisky drops back, and he's rolling out, and he has some space, so he's gonna take off and run and get about 14 yards. It's a huge gain, and it puts the Bears in a better position, but it's still 3rd and 11. And Trubisky drops back, and he fires it to Josh Bellamy, and Josh Bellamy gets the first down, and not sure who's injured on the play. I believe it might be Kyle Long, but I'm not positive. We will find out soon, maybe, or after the game. But Trubisky drops back to throw, looking down the field, does not see anyone, and he's getting a little run happy, but it's working. He gets the first down. That's what matters. And the Bears are knocking on the door of the goal line. Trubisky, empty set here. Trubisky drops back, fires it to, there he is, Brashad Perriman for the touchdown. Welcome to the Chicago Bears, young man. And I plan on using him a lot. He's very fast. He can make difficult catches, and all I really have to work on is his route running and his release, which shouldn't be too hard to get up with the XP he'll be getting. But 3rd and 8 here, and Case Keenum just dumps it off. Oh no, they made a change at quarterback. Sam Bradford dumps it off to the tight end, and they get the first down. It looks like they're on a screen here, and Sam Ocho almost gets a hand on it, and then Stephon Diggs breaking tackles left and right, and then Nick Kwiatkowski tackles him, but it is a face mask, and they're going to get 15 extra yards added on to that already big gain. I'm willing to take those risks of face masks if we were able to get turnovers with forced fumbles and just that sort of thing. On the next play, Sam Bradford drops back and fires a curl to Adam Thielen, and that gets him to the Bears' 9-yard line. That is the 2-minute warning of the second quarter. And as you can see, the only score was from the Bears, and now the Vikings are about to score after the Bears hold them, not allowing a touchdown. And the kick is true. 7-3 Chicago, and the Bears just didn't really try to do too much, and they go into halftime. And as you're about to see, the stat line of the half, it looks right now the Bears are winning 7-3. It's pretty even. They are averaging more yards per play, more passing yards, but we have more rushing yards, and like usual we have more takeaways. The Bears start out with the ball, and first play, that's usually every game when we start out with the ball in the second half. It does not go well for the first possession. Cohen loses 2. 3rd and 12 for the Bears. Trubisky in the pistol, drops back to throw. He's looking, and he tries to get rid of it, but he gets absolutely destroyed by Anthony Barr. At least he wasn't in the end zone at the time. And Pat O'Donnell gets a pretty good punt off out to their to the Vikings 32. Sam Bradford hands it to Latavius Murray, but that almost could have been broken away because it looked like Eddie Jackson was about to just run past him if Nick Kwiatkowski did not tackle him. Sam Bradford coming to the line on a 3rd and 8 in the shotgun. Trips to the right. He drops back to throw. Looking around. He's going to go deep. And Adrian almost tips it out of the hand of, I believe, Adam Thielen. So he's back in the game. And it's a 4th and 8, which is going to force him to punt. And Chicago has the ball at the Vikings 20, or at their own 20. And Mitch Trubisky fires to Adam Shaheen. We just traded Zach Miller. And 3rd and 8 again. The Bears' offense has just been getting in a lot of 3rd downs, but he finds Brashad Perriman, and that gets him the 1st down. So Brashad Perriman has already shown to be a very key component of this offense already. And Trubisky having a pretty solid game so far, 10 of 14. We have not seen that in his career so far. But he drops back to throw. He had Shaheen open in the flat, but he forces it to Perriman, and Perriman cannot hang on. Santos on for the field goal, and it is true. 10-3 Chicago with 1:04 left in the 3rd quarter. We're just going to take one more look at this kick. Look at that kick. That was beautiful. Oh my goodness, that Cairo Santos. You better be able to keep that going because might be looking for a replacement for you. But after Latavius Murray gets an 8-yard gain, that is the end of the 3rd quarter, and we're going on to the 4th quarter where big-time players make big-time plays, and the Bears have not made plays as this season has went on in the 4th quarter. The Bears have always been in close games, but it hasn't really mattered. They usually come out on the side of an L or a tie like it has been. And on a 3rd and 10, Case Keenum is back in the game. Not Zach Randolph. Kyle Rudolph ran an out route, and it was wide open. And then on a 3rd and 4, Willie Young jumps off sides, and that gives him the 1st down. 2nd and 10 at the Bears 36, and Case Keenum drops back. He fires it deep, and Kyle Fuller comes up with the pick. Great timing for the Chicago Bears to get another turnover. That's just what we have done all season, just waiting for our time, and once they take a shot, we take advantage and get the ball right back for our offense to try to make something happen. And that they have been watching film, and they know what the Bears do when Tariq Cohen comes in, which is run tosses to the outside or stretches, and they read that to perfection. And after that play, the Bears had nothing going, so they punted. On the play action, Sam Bradford drop backs to throw. He's firing it deep to Stephon Diggs, I believe, and Eddie Jackson comes down with it, and he gets a pretty decent return, but the Bears get another interception. This defense has just been too good to be true so far this year, and I'm loving it, and I hope that we can continue to keep it going. And Jordan Howard gets a reception on the little flip screen there, and that is a 1st down. Trubisky having one of his best, not one of them, the best game of his career so far. Great completion percentage, and Trubisky, it looks like he's trying to go to Perriman there, but he cannot, and that forces another punt for the Bears. And Case Keenum fires it up the seam. I am not sure who that is. I know that he fires it to Jarius Wright. That's who it was. And they hurry back up to the line. Case Keenum leading the troops down the field. He's dropping back. Has all the time in the world. He throws it deep. And Adrian Amos, whatever you want to call him, gets the interception. And that is pretty much gonna do it. The Bears get their 1st win of the season just after a couple runs. Let's just get the 1st down. Let's end it. And Tariq Cohen gets looks like a 1st down. Call timeout. It's inches, so they just need a yard, but I am well aware that we finally get our first win of the season. It has been a long time coming, and as you can see, the Bears do get the first down, and with a minute 8 left in the game, hand it off to Cohen, and Cohen gets about 7 or 8 yards, and they call their last timeout, and that will pretty much do it. On a 4th and 2 coming up, we just come to the line, and we are 1 second ahead of the play clock, or ahead of the game clock, or the game clock is 1 second faster than the play clock, and we just let it run out, and the Bears come out with the win here. First win of the season, feels good, and we finally get that hump of off of our shoulders. Trubisky can now start to play more free, and he finally gets his first win as a starting quarterback in the NFL. As you can see, the stats here, Trubisky, one of his best games, 12 of 20, 151 yards, and touchdown with no interceptions. That's what I like to see. Case Keenum had 3. Our defense was wreaking havoc. Neither team had a running game going. 15 attempts for 12 yards for Jordan Howard. But Jordan Howard did it in the air too. He got at least some of his yards back in the air. But Adrian Amos, 3rd straight game, I'm pretty sure, where he leads the team in tackles, and he gets a pick, he forces 2 fumbles. He had a Player of the Week caliber game. He had one heck of a game. Eddie Jackson gets an interception. Kyle Fuller, he's been trying to prove himself to get a contract extension to stay here. As you're going to see in a little bit, we do extend a contract, and I was going back and forth, but you'll see in the next screen. But this is pretty much gonna be it for the video. We do sign Cameron Meredith, but it's been your boy Robee Gaming, and I'm out. Peace.